After years of heartbreak, separation, and unimaginable struggles, Afor finally found Ketchi again. The woman who sacrificed everything for his future was discovered working as a hotel cleaner while secretly battling a life-threatening illness. He saved her, fulfilled his promises, married her, and together they finally found happiness. But just when their love story seemed complete, a shocking secret from the past begins to surface. What if their years of suffering were never caused by bad luck? What if someone they trusted deliberately destroyed their future? A hidden betrayal, a stolen phone, and a dangerous enemy are about to change everything.
Months after their wedding, Afor and Ketchi finally enjoyed peace together, believing their painful years apart were forever behind them. Their new home in Abuja felt warm and alive, filled with laughter, shared dreams, and plans for expanding businesses. Every morning, Ketchi reviewed business proposals while Afor attended meetings, determined to build opportunities for many young people. Their success attracted admiration across the city, and many people viewed them as proof that perseverance could change lives. One evening, Afor received an invitation to a business networking event hosted by several influential entrepreneurs and investors. The event gathered respected professionals from different industries, creating opportunities for partnerships, investments, and meaningful connections everywhere. Ketchi encouraged him warmly, believing new relationships could help strengthen the company they were carefully building together. Dressed elegantly, Afor arrived at the venue feeling confident, unaware that an unexpected encounter awaited him inside. As conversations continued around him, a familiar voice suddenly called his name from across the crowded hall. Afor turned slowly and froze when he recognized Chima, the old friend who introduced the scholarship years earlier. For a moment, both men exchanged smiles, though something about Chima's expression felt strangely uncomfortable and guarded. They sat together, discussing old memories, university dreams, and the difficult paths that eventually shaped their different lives. Chima congratulated Afor repeatedly, praising his success, while carefully observing every detail about his growing business empire. At first, everything seemed normal, but several comments began raising questions deep inside Afon's thoughtful mind. Chima mentioned details about the lost phone incident that seemed impossible for him to actually know personally. Afor remained calm outwardly, yet curiosity slowly replaced comfort as he replayed each strange statement mentally. When the conversation ended, Chima quickly excused himself, leaving behind more questions than answers for Afor. Driving home that night, Afor could not stop thinking about the encounter and its unsettling implications. Ketchi noticed his silence immediately and gently asked whether something troubling had happened during the business gathering. After listening carefully, she admitted Chima's comments sounded unusual, though neither wanted to jump toward conclusions. Still, a feeling lingered between them, like an old wound quietly reopening after years of apparent healing. The following week, Afor began reviewing forgotten emails, messages, and documents connected to his early years abroad. What started as simple curiosity soon became a deeper search for answers surrounding their painful separation. Late one night, he discovered an old communication record that contradicted a story Chima once told. Staring at the screen, Afor felt his heartbeat quicken, realizing their past might contain hidden truths. Afor stared at the old record repeatedly, noticing dates that completely contradicted everything Chima had claimed years ago.
The discovery disturbed him deeply because it suggested someone had deliberately hidden information during their painful separation. The next morning, he quietly showed the documents to Ketchi while they shared breakfast inside their peaceful home. Ketchi studied every detail carefully, then slowly lowered the papers as confusion spread across her face. Neither wanted assumptions, yet both understood the evidence pointed towards something much darker than simple misunderstanding. Determined to uncover truth, Afor contacted former classmates who had known him during his earliest months abroad. Several conversations revealed forgotten details, small pieces that seemed unrelated until they formed a troubling pattern. One former colleague remembered seeing Chima holding Afor's missing phone shortly after the disappearance happened abroad. The statement shocked Afor completely because Chima previously insisted he knew nothing about the missing device. Wanting certainty, Afor continued investigating quietly, refusing to accuse anyone before discovering undeniable evidence and truth. Days later, another former acquaintance shared screenshots from old messages exchanged during that same difficult period. Those messages revealed Chima frequently asked unusual questions about Ketchi, her location, employment, and personal circumstances. Ketchi felt uncomfortable reading them because the interest seemed excessive, obsessive, and completely inappropriate for friendship. As more information surfaced, painful memories returned, reminding them how their lives collapsed after losing contact. One evening, Afor received a call from an elderly retired train employee living in another city. The man explained he remembered helping recover several lost items during that period, including Afor's phone. According to him, someone claiming friendship arrived quickly and collected the device before official processing occurred. Afor's heart pounded heavily when the employee described that person using details matching Chima perfectly. That night, silence filled the house as Afor struggled to accept what the evidence suggested clearly. Ketchi sat beside him quietly, holding his hand while processing the devastating possibility herself as well. The following afternoon, they arranged a meeting with Chima under the excuse of discussing business opportunities together. Chima arrived confidently, unaware that months of hidden secrets were about to surface before everyone present. Afor remained calm and respectful, presenting each piece of evidence carefully while watching Chima's changing expression. The confidence slowly disappeared from Chima's face, replaced with visible panic as difficult questions continued coming. When confronted with the recovered phone evidence, Chima fell silent, knowing the truth could no longer hide.
Chima lowered his eyes slowly, avoiding everyone's gaze as the heavy silence tightened around the room uncomfortably. Afor remained seated calmly, though years of buried pain burned fiercely beneath his controlled expression that evening. For several moments, nobody spoke, allowing the weight of truth to settle upon every heart present there. Finally, Chima released a long breath and admitted he had collected the missing phone himself secretly. Ketchi felt her chest tighten instantly, realizing their terrible years apart might have been completely preventable. Afor stared silently, waiting for answers that could explain such a cruel betrayal from a trusted friend. Chima confessed he admired Ketchi long before Afor proposed, though she never encouraged his healings. Instead of accepting rejection, bitterness slowly grew inside him each time he witnessed their happiness together. When Afor received the scholarship, Chima became jealous, believing fate was giving him another opportunity instead. After finding the phone, he deliberately kept it hidden, ensuring communication between the couple would completely disappear. Ketchi covered her mouth as tears formed, struggling to understand how someone could act so selfishly. Chima admitted he later visited Ketchi's neighborhood and secretly monitored changes happening within her difficult life. He discovered she had moved away after losing employment, yet intentionally reported false information to Afor.
Every lie pushed them further apart, while Chima convinced himself he was creating a better future somehow. The confession shattered whatever respect remained between them, exposing years of manipulation beneath friendly appearances entirely. Afor stood slowly, fighting overwhelming anger while remembering Ketchi's suffering, illness, loneliness, and countless sleepless nights. Ketchi remained silent beside him, tears flowing quietly with painful memories resurfacing with renewed intensity again. Seeing their heartbreak, Chima appeared remorseful, yet his regret arrived far too late to matter. He apologized repeatedly, claiming jealousy had clouded his judgment and destroyed everything good within his character. Afor listened carefully before responding that some mistakes leave scars impossible to erase completely from lives. The meeting ended painfully, with Chima living alone, carrying the consequences of his devastating choices. For several days afterward, Afor and Ketchi focused on healing emotionally from the shocking revelation together. They believed the nightmare was finally ending, unaware an even greater challenge was already approaching fast. Humiliated and consumed by resentment, Chima secretly began targeting Afor's growing company behind closed doors. He contacted competitors, spread damaging rumors, and searched aggressively for weaknesses capable of destroying everything built. Far away, unaware of the coming storm, Afor celebrated progress, while danger quietly gathered around him.
Several weeks passed peacefully until troubling reports began arriving from investors who suddenly questioned the company's stability. Afor reviewed the complaints carefully and noticed identical rumors appearing across different business circles simultaneously everywhere. The accusations claimed financial misconduct, hidden debts, and internal conflicts, none of which reflected reality whatsoever. Concerned by the coordinated attacks, Afor ordered a full investigation into the source behind them immediately. Meanwhile, Ketchi supported employees, reassuring anxious staff members whose confidence had been shaken by uncertainty recently. As investigators worked quietly, more evidence emerged connecting anonymous misinformation campaigns directly to Chima's activities. The discovery saddened Afor deeply because he once considered Chima a brother rather than merely a friend. Instead of responding with revenge immediately, Afor focused on protecting innocent workers depending upon the company. A major investors' meeting was organized where every allegation would be addressed openly before stakeholders gathered. The conference hall filled quickly as journalists, partners, and investors waited anxiously for important explanations that day. Afor stepped forward confidently and presented verified records proving the company remained financially strong and transparent. One by one, the false accusations collapsed under documented evidence, restoring confidence among worried business partners. Then, investigators revealed messages linking Chima directly to individuals hired specifically to spread damaging rumors. Gasps echoed throughout the room as attendees realized the sabotage campaign had been intentionally orchestrated throughout. Chima, who attended secretly hoping for failure, suddenly found himself exposed before everyone present there. Unable to deny overwhelming evidence, he lowered his head while cameras captured his public humiliation clearly. The authorities began questioning him regarding fraudulent activities connected to the deliberate misinformation operation immediately afterward. For the first time, Chima fully understood how jealousy had destroyed nearly every meaningful relationship remaining. Later that evening, Afor and Ketchi sat quietly together watching Abuja's lights shimmer beyond their balcony. Neither celebrated Chima's downfall because both understood pain had already consumed enough years from life. Instead, they reflected upon survival, remembering every obstacle that once seemed impossible to overcome completely. Ketchi squeezed Afor's hand gently, and thanked him for choosing wisdom instead of destructive revenge afterward. Afor smiled softly, reminding her that true victory meant protecting their future rather than chasing bitterness. Together, they expanded their businesses, created jobs, and inspired others facing hardship throughout surrounding communities. Their story became proof that betrayal may wound deeply, but love, truth, and perseverance can still prevail.